Welcome back for match one. This is Old Man Poole. We won the dice roll, as per usual. We're going to play first. Oh no. Punished immediately. I think we do have to mulligan this, even though there's a wealth of good 2 and 3 drops. One land is a little bit rough. Yeah, let's toss it back. Whew. Won't also mulligan. I think I'm going to keep Scry for a land. We have a 2-drop if we find any land at all. Well, no, I guess that's true. We have to find island. Yeah, I'm still gonna keep. I hate going to 6, even with just 1 land in hand. We're gonna put that on top. It's a little bit clunky because it means we can't play the Eternal on time, but I think we need to make sure we hit lands. So, okay, we both put a card on top. Probably will still have a pretty close to ordinary game. Would have loved to hit the Eternal there, but beggars can't be choosers. And we are definitely in the begging mode right now. Dang. Alright. Well, we'll pass. And just pray we find a land sooner rather than later. Okay, Scrapper's pretty good. Okay, well, it's a land. It's a slow land, but it's a land. Okay. So he's going to be able to get in a couple of times with the Scrapper and eventually exert it. So this is going to do some damage for him for sure. Okay, Sand Strangler, no value. Okay. So I guess we're going to play Reason and Harrier Naga, I think the same turn. And make sure we can set up our draws for the next couple of turns. And then... Wait. Whoa! What happened there? What the weird? I do not know what just happened. I'm gonna close and open, I think. Oop. What the weird? Attacked by the Scrapper, plays Forest, and then we just start over. What? Did one of us win? Okay, well I have literally no idea what just happened. I guess we'll keep. And I guess send a message to Wizards after this. I don't know. It does seem to have happened to my opponent too. I don't know, there was a dice roll, so I guess no one won. Yes. Okay, well, we'll see what happens here. That was... I've never seen anything quite like that. How greedy do we want to be here? So we could not play the desert and maybe cycle it away in the future. It'll be bad if we want to play a 3, but I guess we can go 1 or 2, 2. And if we do find another green, it's very good to be able to play Last Stand right off the bat. It's a little bit close. I think I'm going to be greedy. If this is better if we draw more lands along the way, and we can scry this away. I don't know. Yeah, that was nuts. I have no idea what happened there. Okay, we did find another land. Not a green one for Ronus, but that's alright. Let's play our Spellweaver Eternal here. Huh. Just getting shot here. Alright, Magma Sprayed. Well, there's a little bit of... It's a little bit nice that he didn't get the Tall Crop Skirmisher. At least he doesn't get the exile value. Thorn Moloch. Okay. So Harrier Naga definitely doesn't like to block that very much. But if we're just trading back and forth, it's still gonna be 3 for 3 every time. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's never gonna be correct to block if my opponent's got open mana. I guess we end up with a trick at some point, but baseline, I don't think it's correct. Man, I can't get over F in there. MTGO just freaked out, but it wasn't on our end. It had to have been on the server on some level. The server just like restarted the game. Tragic lesson. Okay, well, at least we know it's coming. I would have waited, I would think, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe he wants to play a land first phase? I don't know. Okay. Okay, you're supposed to return an island, which means he probably was missing a land drop anyway, but that's a reasonably big hit for my opponent. After return a land, it's gonna stunt his growth for a little bit. What says what the? Maybe he didn't mean to return a land? Magic Blessing only drew 1 card. Did it? I mean, I can never think about this sort of thing. So we mulligan down to 6. He was on the play, right? It's a 6 and plays first. So he has 5 cards baseline after his land every turn. I think he's right. I think he only drew 1. No, he's Magma Spray. I think he's nuts. So let's see. Starts at 5. He gets a land drop every turn. I guess no, because Tragic Lesson return to land. Huh. I have no idea. Things are weird. Yeah. What? Yeah, well, we just don't have a land, I guess. Oh, weird. Okay, well, let's attack with our Naga. We're hearing the sound like we were getting it a bajillion times. I have no idea. Let's try and play this. Maybe the land will appear? I apologize for the repeated land noise. Vision paralysis. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna hope my land shows up at the end of this next turn. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna hop out of MTGO and get back in and see if the land appears. I don't think this will really help because it sort of seems like it's a server issue, but let's try it all the same. Okay. Well, I now see my land. Okay, the land exists. Cool. Things didn't untap, that makes sense because of decision paralysis. Weird. Okay. I guess let's play Initiate's Companion and the Skirmisher. And we'll just pass back to my opponent. I have no idea what's happening. Alright. And he can get in with his Moloch again if he'd like. Okay, he says hand is now up to 5. Let's say I think his hand's correct. Sand Strangler. Oh, the desert. Okay, Sand Strangler's pretty good. Once turned on, it destroys things. Rip Haryanaga, I imagine? Oh, initiates companion. Interesting. I guess he just doesn't want the pseudo vigilance? That's odd. I think I would kill off the Naga, but up to my opponent, I suppose. Yeah. Just go ahead and take it here. Alright. So another land is not our favorite thing. So I guess we'll swing with our Haryanaga and Sheet's Companion, play the Vizier of the Anointed, which is a pretty good blocker, and then go and find our Sinuous Striker. I guess you probably want to hold on to the island so we can pitch it to that. Let's swing first here. Get my option to trade. Yeah, Sand Strangler's pretty good when it's turned on. Pretty strong. I wonder if anyone else has had any problems. Let's see. Okay, our hits. Quick survey of Twitch doesn't show anything wonky, but who knows, right? We'll untap our Haryanaga here, play a Vizier. Get that sweet trigger. Senior Strikers can be pretty good. Would like to use that ability, thank you. Okay, so Striker does cost 5, so yeah, we might as well just keep that island so we can discard it. Okay, and we'll get to draw a card if my opponent doesn't get rid of the Vizier. Seems pretty good. If he swings with the Thorned Moloch, I'm tempted to just let it go through rather than blocking with the Vizier, but maybe it's correct to just offer the trade for like a combat trick or something else. He trades with the Sandswall, or our Strangler will just throw the Haryanaga in. Alright, let's see what he's got here. Illusory Wrappings. Oh. Yeah, okay, sure. That's fine. We're still going to get some good value off of it, and we can throw it away a little bit later. Opponent going hard on the tempo play, which I can understand. Thorned Moloch is hit for quite a bit this game. Kind of cute when you look at him close up. I'm a sucker for reptiles, though. Unsummon. Alright. Then we're going to take a lot here. I think I might just toss Skirmisher in front. Let's see. So we're going to have a land. Got 5 outs. We're going to play the Sinuous Striker. We find another green. We can play Ronus' Last Stand and Hawkrop if we block. Take 7 from this. Puts us in Magma Jet range. I think I'm just gonna chump block. The life actually is gonna matter. And he can't just throw away cards constantly for that effect. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna bring back the Sinuous Striker. We could also play Cartouche of Knowledge if we wanted. I guess let's bring this back Barry first, because we get to see what we draw. Well, I guess then we have to decide. So if we do, well, do we like Cartouche better or not? We can do Cartouche on like the Vizier, then it blocks the Thorned Moloch a little bit better. Oh god. Oh no, 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 oh. Okay, well, it seems to have returned to the same game state at least. Although we have way more time now. What is going on here? Yeah, I think we just want the 4/4 as a good blocker. No one knows what's happening here, though. Yeah, we have more time. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening. Hopefully this is entertaining to watch at least, but... Okay. Dog is not bad. Would like to find another green at some point, but... Okay. And we're just gonna swing with our Initiate's Companion, then untap it. And if it swings with both, I'm probably gonna use the Vizier to chump block. If he kills it off and swings with both, I guess. I wonder if we've been incorrect to untap something and then play like the cartouche. Probably not. That could have been an interesting play. I think that it's better to have a Initiate's Companion as a blocker, though. Well, I guess I'm not going to time out in this game, at least. We'll see if we ever actually finish the match. So weird. Alright. Winds of Rebuke. Okay. Rip Sinuous Striker. That's pretty good. Alright, so we can no longer survive if he's got a... whatever that card is. Magma Spur... No, it's not Magma Spray. I can't remember. The deal 6 to a player. Inferno Jet, I think. Yeah, this Moloch has done some serious work for him. Okay, let's block there. Question is whether we want to toss the Vizier in front as well. We got 5 mana, so you can play the Harrier Naga and the Cartouche. I think we want to, even if we're giving up some value later on. My opponent's only got 1 card, and I do really want to play around that. So he's kind of playing like he's got it. I think we just need to stabilize against this Moloch. Because he's been using a whole bunch of tempo-based spells. The Vizier got some pretty good value there. The opponent got a Sinuous Striker back, I guess. That's pretty good. Alright, well, let's play our Harrier Naga. And we'll give it a Cartouche for good measure. And that's fairly hard for him to swing past, unless he's got another removal spell, which he might, but... Okay, ooh, Sharpshooters is a great... Oh, no, we don't need 2 green. Sentinel Spider needed 2 green. I'm sad this is a strictly better Sentinel Spider. Sentinels. Oh, maybe that's... Ooh. That extra flavor across. He says, remember, brother, the eyes are always vulnerable. I never forget. But Sentinel Spider was covered with eyes. What? We are looking really hard for those lore connections, guys. Alright. Maybe debating bringing back his Sinuous Striker? Ooh. Or Shaker Kenra. Okay. That's pretty strong at some point. We do have to block it, he's going to be able to bring it back. And that's kind of hard to deal with. Well, I guess we're going to have 2 blockers for it. So one or the other should be able to keep it back. Unless he's also got another removal spell. Okay. That's interesting. He has to target his Moloch. Okay. No great attacks here. Ooh. Going for it. Well, we'll block like that, I suppose. He's got a trick, he's got a trick. But... Alright, just went 6 to 7. Very close. I think that's gotta be what he's got. Alright. Would we rather have a couple of small creatures or 1 big creature? I guess this next turn we're gonna have to trade for it, potentially. Then he's gonna replay it. But he can't kill us until the following turn. So we've got Harrier Naga. Should kill him by then. I guess just having smaller creatures to make sure we can block is more important. I have a good number of threats then. Let's attack first though. No need to get ahead of ourselves. He seems unwilling to use his last card on the Sinuous Striker, or hasn't noticed. He maybe didn't see it. He played the Winds of Rebuke and it was a incidental incidental mill, so maybe he just hasn't thought about it really. Okay, Sidewinder Naga. And Harrier Naga. Okay, and let's see if my opponent can kill us here. I think he would need something pretty good to stay alive and finish us off, but I guess he can't play it this turn unless he uses all of his mana though. So I think we got him here. You have to use 6. That takes us to 1, but then we can just block the Kenra. Means he has to be able to deal with the Harrier Naga somehow. And then I guess we'll see if we go to game 2? Who knows? Okay. I got the first one. Opponent's got this weird sort of tempo-y deck. Red-blue tempo. Okay. So, Proven Companion didn't seem great. Naga Oracle might be pretty okay, just as a 4 toughness creature that blocks the lizard pretty well. Gift seems less good when he's got a couple of bounce spells. Rose's Last Stand also seems less good, but it's still trading 1 for 1, and this card is pretty great. Don't think Feral Prowler is fantastic. Didn't see any flyers. I think we're just gonna cut something like this. Is there anything else in our deck that looks pretty bad? I think I like pretty much everything. Maybe we could take out both Gifts of Strength. Maybe this isn't gonna be a time where that's really necessary. Maybe we can take out both Gifts of Strength and put another Naga Oracle. This might be a matchup where that's not really necessary to have Gift. And it feels bad when he's running a couple of bounce spells. I think let's just keep like this. He has few enough creatures that I think that few enough and small enough creatures that most of the time we'll be able to finish him off. Okay, opponent's keeping. If we find any land, we can play the Striker. I think we're going to keep this. It's a little bit close. We'd like to take green for sure. We've also got Kefn's Last Word, which is pretty good for stabilizing us a little later. Okay, well, at least we can play the Striker on time. And then if we find Naga Oracle, that should be able to fix our draws pretty well too. Okay, Riddle Form. So there is a flyer. I guess it would make sense that he's playing that sort of a thing in this deck. Oh, okay. Reason to Believe is pretty good. Go ahead and use that. And just fix our next little bit. Rose's Last Stand seems pretty bad. Let's bottom that one. Maybe. Oh, there we go. And then we've got Spellweaver Eternal, which we can... I guess if we draw these 2 over the next couple of turns, we'll play the Sinuous Striker, and we'll draw 1 of those. And the next turn we'll have Spellweaver Eternal and Initiate's Companion. Yeah, that seems pretty okay. I think we're just going to draw both of these. And we have the option of 2/2 drops or the Naga Oracle, depending on how things are looking. I think we'll probably play the Harrier Naga. So I guess let's put the Eternal on top, and then the Forest on top. Okay, seems reasonable enough. I think we'd rather just have the strength associated with the Harrier Naga, just the automatic 3/3. We don't have to keep up mana for it like you do with the Sinuous Striker. The Striker is a 2/2 for 3, is a little bit underpowered on its own, but the fact that it eternalizes is pretty big game. Alright, and there's a Striker. Okay. We'll play our Harrier Naga. And pass back to my opponent. So you could play a spell here and then hit us for 6, depending on what it looks like in his deck. Thorned Moloch, okay. And he used up his blue. And yep, I think he realizes that was probably not his best. Okay. So because he played the Moloch, I think I'd rather play a Naga Oracle here. Although Spellweaver Initiates Companion are fine. We could just swing with the Harrier Naga, offer the trade with the Moloch. I think I'm actually okay with that too. I think this will be a racing sort of thing. He's got a bunch of tap effects, a bunch of unsummons. Leaving our stuff back on defense is a little bit less good. No blocks. Play Naga Oracle. And itch a couple of things here. Ooh. Itch maybe one island. Keep one forest for the Colossipede. Seems okay. The island away. And this next turn we can play 3 and a 2, but we can't play the Colossipede beforehand, so let's put, oop. Those are fine. Put Colossipede on top, and then forest on top of that. That's true. Actually, next turn we're going to draw a forest, and we know that the Colossipede's there. So we could just cast Believe and just get the Colossipede out. That's not bad. That might be a better play. Okay. Okay, decision paralysis. Glad we attacked. We're going to take a reasonably high amount of damage here, though. Like 8? That's a lot. Yeah, this blue-red tempo deck might be the real deal. Riddle form actually, I think, gives it a fair amount of oomph. And Moloch is quite the beater. We are a little bit low on removal in this deck, and removal I think will be pretty good against my opponent in general, but we're taking a lot of damage. Ooh, accidentally almost skipped there. Ooh, I almost F6 the turn. That would have been really bad. Okay, so yeah, we can just play Believe and get that, or we could play Sinew Striker and Spellweaver Eternal, although neither of those block the Thorn Moloch particularly well. Yeah, if he has a bounce spell, it's pretty bad for me though, because he gets in for another 8 damage. And at least if we have like a couple of blockers, then the Moloch's still obviously pretty good, but I think I still like doing this. He has a bounce spell, it's obviously a little bit worse, but let's cast Believe. Colossipede. And just hope he doesn't have a bounce spell, I guess. If he doesn't, I think we're in a pretty good spot. If he does, we're going to take 8. We'll have a couple blockers again, but Riddle form kills us pretty quick. We could steal it, I guess, if we need to with Kefnet's Last Word. Not my favorite thing in the world, but we could. That was a pretty sweet series, though. Using Reason to Believe to set it up, and we got Electrify, maybe? Could Electrify and swing for 6 fairly safely. It doesn't kill the Colossipede, it's strictly a damage play, but interesting. Yeah, I'm going to attack. Things with the Moloch. We're gonna block. I don't really care what he has. It's nice that he couldn't get the Riddle form in, though. So I am going to bet Electrify, but I think I'm still okay with that. Pursue Glory. Oh, okay. That's interesting. If he'd done Pursue Glory, I guess I would have blocked there, taken... Wait. He chooses not to use... I guess he doesn't care. That would have been 5, 10 if I'd blocked there. It takes me pretty low pretty fast. Oh, well, yeah. He does get rid of the Colossipede, but we're just buying time as much as anything else, so I think I'm okay with that. Alright, so do we want to steal something that? Don't love the Moloch, don't love stealing the Striker either. Riddle form is a little bit low impact. I think we're going to swing with our Harrier Naga, keep back the Naga Oracle. If he had like a tap effect, I think he would have used that instead of Pursue Glory, same with a bounce. So I think Naga Oracle is safe to be a reasonable blocker. Let's get in with our Harrier Naga. I'm gonna play Initiate's Companion over the Spellweaver Eternal, because I think it's more likely that 3 damage is gonna get in than my opponent's gonna want to block. This is a fun matchup to play. It's a lot of thought-provoking choices. Okay. Okay. Magma Spray is pretty reasonable there. We'll take a hit from Riddle Form again. Something else. Tormenting Voice. Okay. Moloch continues to do good work. On Pitch's Hour of Eternity. Huh. That does not seem like what I would want in that deck. It's cool though. It's powerful. It just, if you're going for tempo, it's kind of a slow card. Okay. Things with the team. Yeah, I'll just trade for this, or I'll just block the striker here. I don't know if we can afford to play around the Inferno Jet this game. This takes us to 5, which means we are dead to it. Let's see, next turn we could swing for as much as 8. Kefnit's Last Word something. Yeah, I don't... We can just chump block here. But then we're not in a great position against the Moloch again. I think we have to take it and hope he doesn't have it. Which feels a little bit bad. But... sometimes my opponent won't have it, right? We have to hope. It's an uncommon. He might not. Exemplar Strength. You can just go ahead and make that a 4/4 immediately. Let's see, if he's got Inferno Jet, we're dead. We could swing with everything. But I guess we could put the counters on the Naga Oracle and still a good chump blocker then. We don't get the random life gain, but I don't think that's going to matter as much as a 4/4 will. So if we steal this with Kefnit's Last Word, it's unlikely to activate. But he could just kill it with us. Kill it. Kill us with it. He's got it. Okay, well, let's attack first. See if he wants to do anything. Attack with everything. We're gonna untap the Naga. We just need to survive next turn, probably. So I guess if that's the case, we should play around everything that's not Inferno Jet. I should take the Riddle Form, and that way if he's got like a direct damage spell, we can still chump block. Because I think this is going to be enough. Well, I should have untapped the Naga Oracle. That was a mistake. So we're going to chump block with that. That's okay. A little bit of a bad play, but... let's take his Riddle Form. And then we've got blockers for the Moloch, and we should be able to get him for 6 next turn. Alright. Inferno Jet me? That seems most likely. He doesn't have a land? No immediate play. Very close. Okay, my opponent's been thinking for a minute, so I think we've got him. Ooh, scared. Oh, hey Mind Trick. I am enjoying our Devastation quite a bit. There's more board wipes in this set than I think I've ever seen. Oh. Opponent paying costs. 5. Okay, that's good. That's good. So, I don't know if there's a way we can straight up kill him through this now. But we can at least trade with the Exemplar. So we swing in with the Exemplar, and then he can go to 2 if he wants. Or we could keep it back. If we keep it back... He's played his decision paralysis. He may be playing more than one, but probably not. Begin with Exemplar. Even if he has a bounce spell, he probably can't kill us. Goes to 2. Next turn he cracks back. We chump block, and then Initiate's Companion is enough. That's assuming he doesn't even block the Exemplar. So let's get in with just the Exemplar here. Hard to know if taking the Riddle form is correct, but it feels like my opponent probably could have killed us over a couple of turns with that. I guess if he hadn't played the Sinuous Striker, we could have got him though. Had to pitch a frontline Devastator, which is pretty good. Okay. Alright. Flying on the wings of a dream here. I am excited to do Hour of Devastation right now because I am definitely more of a draft and limited aficionado. But once this dies down, and I think small sets die down faster than big sets most of the time, I'll be okay with that. So I think he probably doesn't have Inferno Jet, because I think that's a snap block if he has it, because he's just hoping to find a land. He wants to stall as long as he can. Okay. Wall of Forgotten Pharaohs actually isn't on right now. Next turn we'll have a Haranaga and a Spellweaver Eternal. He doesn't have a good attack here, I don't think. I'm maybe debating on bluffing it. Interesting. Ooh, playing something immediately. Open Fire. Okay, killing off our Haranaga. That's pretty good. Okay, in that case, I think we are just going to chump block it. 3 damages, quite a bit. It was a close game. Okay, so we're going to play a Haranaga again, a Spellweaver, an Eternal. That's cost 5. So we could use the Initiate's Companion to untap a land, but I'd rather just keep it back, I think. It needs to deal damage to a player, so it's unlikely that he wouldn't block anyway. Let's play our Haranaga, our Spellweaver Eternal. I think I am going to play our land too, even though it means my opponent doesn't have to play around anything. It'll be nice to use Riddle form multiple times over the next couple of turns if we need to. Yeah, this is tight. He doesn't need to get much. He had to open fire a creature, which is good. Couldn't just shoot us. He says, fuck land, please. Yeah, so it looks like he did have it. Oh, man. I think it was correct to take the Riddle form for as long as the game went, but dang it. I feel like we played that pretty well. Not well enough. Alright, do we want to change anything? Get to strength, still seems a little bit questionable. Sting Shot, maybe that's worth it. Just to get rid of his Riddle, whatever. I can't remember what it's called. Riddle form. It does cycle away. It ends up being bad. Did like the Naga Oracles there. I think I'm taking an Initiate Companion for the Sting Shot. Okay, here we go, game 3. This has been a fun matchup. Would like to play first. This hand looks pretty good. I think we're gonna keep the desert in hand and maybe cycle it away. Always want to start out with that green on the off chance that we get Ronus too. The one argument there is for keeping Desert of the Mindful is playing the Sharpshooters on time would probably be pretty good, but... Cartouche of Knowledge. Okay, I do like Cartouche. Just run out Initiate's Companion here. Next turn we'll probably play the Sidewinder or Naga, whatever. Thingy. Okay, wall is not bad. We could just use the cartouche and hit it immediately. Or we could play it a little bit slower. I don't like playing cartouche on a bigger threat. Let's play our Sidewinder Naga. Next turn we can swing that through the wall, because we'll cycle away our desert. The wall does a pretty good job of keeping us back right now. It's gonna start pinging us too, which is not insignificant. Okay, tonight Kenra. Seems fine. Alright. I think I'm gonna cycle over playing the cartouche. That makes our Sidewinder Naga a little bit bigger, which is nice. If we find a blue source, we could play cartouche as well. Ooh, Ronus' Last Stand's a good one. I guess it delays us on the sharpshooter for a turn. I think we're still going to play it though. Let's go ahead and beat in with both of these fine fellows. I imagine it's blocked something like that and that. I think it's okay. Yep. They'll run over for 2. And I guess I'll play Ronus' Last Stand. Yep. Ouch. Yeah, would rather draw a blue source there, but yeah, having a 5/4 faster than a 4/4 I think is just going to be better. Even though it does delay us a turn. He's got a bounce, it's kind of bad for us, but he's got a, well, no, he doesn't have blue actually right now, does he? I wasn't even paying attention to those lands, but it looks like he's pretty mana screwed. Yeah, I should have been paying a little bit better attention there. Cycles the Pursue Glory, looking for a land, I presume. Okay. Ronus is gonna do some serious work, I think, here. This encourages my opponent to take 5. He's blocking. I think you probably would anyway, but we don't lose very much by swinging with the companion here. Okay. He's so cute. He looks a little bit like, I still think he looks a little taken aback, like, ooh, but very gold. I could do with maybe a little bit more color in there. Aggro or spray, okay. That's something you can do with his mana. It doesn't take care of the real problem, but it is something you can do with his mana. Let's with our snake. I'm gonna play a sharpshooters. That's another threat that gets through the wall, and then the turn after we can play Barrier Naga and the cartouche on it, or on some other card as well. Phone just avoiding damage here. Forgotten Pharaohs did a fair amount. Kept my opponent alive in kind of a bad position. It's a shame after how fun and close our first couple of matches are that this is just going to come down to my opponent getting screwed, but he found blue at least. So maybe he's got a bounce spell for the snake. Okay, unsummoned? Yep. Ronus' Last Stand did good work there though. Okay, we could play a Naga Oracle instead of the cartouche. How fast do we want to play? I guess that actually doesn't change the clock, so we can't kill him. This is going to take him to 9. We'll be able to kill him in 2 turns anyway. I think I'm going to play the Naga Oracle first. Sentinel Spider, so good. Especially when there's nothing else on the board. Okay. Ooh, cool. Let's put that in the graveyard. That in the graveyard. We'll put Kefnet's last word on top. And then we're going to use the cartouche. I think we're just going to give it to the Naga Oracle. On the off chance he plays something that profitably blocks the Sharp Shot, this will still be able to get through. I don't like putting all my eggs in one basket if he does have a good removal spell for the sharpshooters. If he's got like the 4-cost red kill, I can't remember what it is, but kill an exile card. I promise I'll get better with the card names at some point, guys, but not quite yet. Okay, well, let's swing here. We'll take him down to 2. I'll play the Vizier of the Anointed then. It's going to use Paralysis, looks like. So that takes us out for a couple of combats, which is not insignificant. Go ahead and play our Vizier of the Anointed here. And go and find our, whatever that other card is. Yes. Sinuous Striker. I don't know why this is so small. Magic Online updated, I think, and everything's just gotten smaller these days. Sorry about that. Put the Striker in the graveyard, and then we'll be able to play him next time we find a land we want to toss. Or maybe even sooner, depending on what our next draw is. I don't think I'd love to trade a Hair Naga away, but we could. Depending on what my opponent plays, we'll just steal it. Living the good life. Living the life you live when your opponent's on 2 mana and only 1 color for like 4 turns. He's actually had a pretty good defense, all things considered, but it's hard to win when you're in that position. Cool. So yeah, let's just bring back the Striker here. Forest, draw. The Hair Naga's not a bad one. And I think I'm just going to attack with the Vizier here. Doesn't have a real good trade, and getting him down to 7 is relevant. Okay. Just chump blocking. He just wants a bigger Striker next turn. Just fine. That's what he plays. We can steal it with Kefnet though, and that'll be game. Man, this has been long. With our first little mini game and then the extra time that's been added, we've probably been going for almost an hour on just this one game. Yeah, only a Thornbolg. So we could have an unsummon. If we take this though, and he interacts with even our best creature, we still kill him, right? Yeah, 6/9. So let's just go for it, I think. Counterspell. Winds of Rebuke. Okay. That's still gonna be enough. Alright, managed to sneak our way through there, even past the stupid Inferno Jet in the second round, but yeah, well, hopefully it was entertaining to watch, even with the crazy stuff that's happening in Magic Online there. Hopefully it doesn't hit our next rounds. Thanks for watching, I'll be back for match 2.